Today I'm going to show you how to make a giant snowman head that will look perfect in your front yard or your roof. This giant snowman measures almost 8 feet tall and everything was handmade, including the hat, the snowman, the accessories, and the platform. So if you've ever wanted to make a giant snowman head but don't know how, you've come to the right place. My tutorial shows you step-by-step instructions on how to create this giant Christmas creation. So join me for this awesome Christmas tutorial. To begin making our giant snowman on the roof, we need an inflatable ball. Now this one that I'm using is 60 inches in diameter, but you can go with a smaller one. I just think it'll look more impactful being this big. Also, this doesn't have to go on the roof. You can put it in your front yard if it's safer for you, but I think it'll look amazing on the roof. So once you get your beach ball, we're going to need GreatStuff Expanding Foam. Now we're going to need a lot of foam, and normally I like using Loctite foam because it looks better when it dries and you can mold it, but because this is so big, we're going to be using GreatStuff Expanding Foam, and then we're going to be painting it white. So let's blow up this beach ball. I have an air pump, a little portable air pump. We're going to use that, and let's move on from there. I wanted to take a moment to talk about the second children's book I've written. It's called Oliver and the Lost Flame, and it's rated for kids ages 3 to 10 years old. The story is about having faith, showing courage, and helping others. And it's available on Amazon right now in 3 different languages. So if you want to support this channel, support the tutorials, and support all the displays I make, go get yourself a copy. The sale of each book go to support this channel. The link is in the bio below, so let's get back to these amazing Christmas tutorials. And this is what you should be left with, a giant inflatable beach ball. So we've done this. It took about 10 minutes with our air pump. I list all the materials and tools I use in the description below. So just hit more and you'll see everything I used. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put something at the base, maybe some blocks, maybe some more, just something to hold this like this so we can start putting expanding foam. We're going to start in a circular fashion and start working our way down, or you could put this on its side and then start doing this way, up and down. I think this way, up and down motion will be better, but normally when I do my snowman like this, I do a circular fashion like that. So let's just go up and down like this, and we'll do this by section, okay? You can't do it all in one blow, so do as much as you can before you let it dry for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then move on to the next section. All right, and this is what it should look like. We've only used 7 bottles of expanding foam to cover half of it, but you might think we'll only need 7 more. That's not true, because some places are too thin, some places need to be reinforced. So I do this in sections. So once I finished one section, I simply just carefully turned it a little bit more, did the next section, turned it a little bit more, did the third section. So I'll let this dry for several hours. And once it's hardened, I can turn it upside down and then do the same thing again. And once that dries, then we can put the last level of foam in areas that need it the most. So on this channel, I like to say we learn as we go, and that's definitely what we're doing today because I'm changing up the method of finishing this snowman. We used about 16 bottles of GreatStuff Expanding Foam, and that's all you're going to need to use because we need to put a second layer of a different type of foam, and that foam is Loctite. Loctite goes on white, and if you spray it with water, you can actually shape it and mold it after allowing it to rest for a few minutes. I want it to have a better snow look, and this does not work for me. Even though we're going to paint it white, it's still too bulbous and odd. We just need to make it look more like snow. So once you're done with the 16 bottles of GreatStuff Expanding Foam, get yourself about 10 to 12 bottles of Loctite foam. Now, we're going to apply the Loctite, and then once we're done with a bottle of Loctite foam, we're going to immediately spray it with a water bottle. Put it on mist setting and spray it, get it really wet. Then put a timer for about, I would say, 7 minutes and let it rest. And after the 7 minutes are done, then you can go and pat it down so that it's not so bulbous. All right, we have our bottle of Loctite. And what we're going to do is we're going to start from, this is the bottom area. So we're just going to go back and forth like we were doing this foam. And of course, in areas where there's too much separation, just come back and put a little bit of foam in there. So we're going to do this until we finish the bottle, but then we're going to continue with a new bottle. Do it quickly, work quickly. Once you're done with the second bottle, you'll have these two sections. Spray it with water. We have our water bottle right here. I like this one because it just mists out water. We're going to spray the entire thing, and then we're going to wait about 7 minutes. You could even wait 9 minutes if it's really cold outside. The colder it is, the slower it dries, and once the timer has gone off, you can start squishing it down so that it's not bulbous like this. For the hat's internal components, we're going to be using PEX pipe, PVC, we're going to be using some insulation foam board and some bed sheets to cover it all up. So right here I have Blue PEX-A pipe. Make sure it's the A pipe. This is 1/2 inch. We got an entire piece of this, so I bought 2 pieces which we're going to cut. We have to cut them so that we have a circle that's a diameter of 24 inches. We have these 1/2 inch Shark Bite Max coupling pieces right over here. These are push to connect, so you simply push it inside, it connects it, and then you bring your piece and you, bam, connect it like this. So we're going to measure this. So remember, you have a diameter of 24 inches. You could also use a hula hoop, but they were expensive since they're not in season right now. So if you find a hula hoop, that's perfect. Just make sure it's about 2 feet in diameter. So let's cut these and let's start sticking them together. Next, we need some PVC pipe. Now this is 1/2 inch diameter PVC and we've cut it to 36 inches. Let's cut 6 pieces for right now. This is going to be the support for the brim of the hat. We may need 8, but right now I'm just going to cut 6 and we're going to go with that. Then we're going to get the PEX pipe rings that we did, and we're going to use 1 1/4 or 1 1/2 inch screws to begin screwing this to the perimeter of the PEX pipe. And this is what we're left with. So I used 7 vertical PVC pipes, remember they're 36 inches, and then I cut 2 PVC pipes for the inside, going from the top to the bottom and crossing in the middle. I used a screw to attach them in the middle. That way, this is stable, it's not wonky, it's very lightweight, so I love that about it. We could have used a trash can, like a plastic black trash can upside down, but it was going to be too heavy, and if this is going to go on the roof, I don't want it to put too much weight on top of this. So this is very lightweight, just weighs a few pounds. Now we're going to use a flat sheet, color black. We're going to wrap this with the flat sheet. You can get it at any store, and we'll try to stick it to it so that it's lightweight and it's ready to go. So for the base of our top hat, I found this amazing velvet red ribbon. It's 2.5 inches. I think it's going to go like this. I might double it up so that it is wider like that, but we'll see. I'm going to use some hot glue on the opposite side. But if you're keeping this outside, hot glue sometimes just comes undone in wet conditions. So you could also use a little bit of expanding foam. Expanding foam is a great adhesive. So if you have a little bit left in a bottle, you can use some expanding foam on the opposite side so that this can be attached. All right, now we need to make the brim of the hat. And this here is insulation foam board. They sell these in sheets of 4 feet by 8 feet. This one is 1 inch in thickness. So what we're gonna do is find the center of this board, which is right here. We're going to put a screw in the middle. We have some string. We're going to attach the string right here. And then we're going to get our marker and attach it, make sure it's nice and taut like that. Attach our marker right at the end. And then we're going to do a circle so we can cut this in a perfect circle. This is just to mark it. Once we mark it, we get our jigsaw, cut out the circle. So once we finish cutting our rough circular shape, we need to cut off the inside. I'm not sure yet how much I'm gonna cut off of it, but I'm thinking maybe we're gonna cut off 25% of the inside. So part of the ball from the snowman's head can come through this, okay? So maybe cut 25, 30%, we'll see how it goes. For the details of his top hat, we're going to be using these plastic Christmas balls. These are the shiny red ones. We'll use these as holly berries. And we'll use the same insulation foam board we used for the brim to draw out and cut out holly leaves. So I'm just doing a rough shape of a holly leaf. We'll do 2, maybe 3, and we'll use our jigsaw to cut it out. Then we'll paint them green. Do not spray paint this green because the spray paint will eat away at insulation foam board. So use some paint and let's do a green. And this is what it should look like. I might make a third one or just keep it as 2, but we're gonna paint these a nice green. And then with these, I'm gonna remove right here the top and I'm going to put some wire in there, 14 or 16 gauge wire, so that it can all come together, and then we're going to attach it to one of the PVC vertical pipes that's inside the hat so it stays put. For the eyes, we're using this 6-inch diameter Christmas fillable ball, and we're using the caps that came on the Loctite. We also have this cone here from Michaels. It's 24 inches tall. We're gonna paint this orange. We're going to paint these black. We're gonna use spray paint for this. Do not use spray paint for the cone because spray paint tends to eat styrofoam or any foam product. So we'll use just regular latex paint for that. Once your paint has dried on your giant snowman, we're going to let the air out of the beach ball, and then we're just going to take the beach ball out and reuse it again for another project. This will be stable on its own without the beach ball. All right, so I've actually just cut a simple hole right here, not all the way through, but this is going to be so that we can put a little bit of Loctite foam on the inside and let's push this back inside like so. This one as well is going to have Loctite. I just have a screw right now holding it from the little hanger right there, just so I could position it right. We have our Loctite caps, of course, that we painted black, and we're going to do a smile with them. But in order for this to be glued with Loctite, we're going to turn it upward so gravity can help us, and we're gonna put a little bit of Loctite to hold this. Remember, Loctite's gonna wanna grow and push this out. You make sure you push it back down, and any extra Loctite that comes out, you can just push it in after a few minutes. So this is the platform that I've made for the snowman head. This could go either on the front side or on the back side and let it peek over the ridge of the roof, but I think I'm gonna put it on the front over here. I've cut some 2x4s right over here just to level this off, screwed it down, and The only thing that's holding it is another board on the opposite side. I did this exact same type of system for my viral ground breaker mounting on the roof video that I made. So what we're doing is we drilled 2 holes on the board. We put some heavy duty rope or nylon rope attached to another board on the opposite side to act as a counterbalance to keep this from falling. And by putting the 2x4 legs here, you also have something that anchors down and pushes down. So for added safety, I'm going to put a 50-pound bag of sand on the other side, just a sand bag, just to help ensure that this stays stable. So let me show you the other side. All right, so we can even see the remnants of the foam that I used for Halloween, but that's all we're doing. It's just acting as a counterbalance to prevent it from sliding either which way. But since this side is going to be heavier, just for precaution, I'm going to put a 50-pound bag of sand right on top of that to prevent it from sliding down. And you'll probably want to strap down the bag of sand, maybe with the same rope you use, just so it doesn't like blow over anything. But really this only works if you have a shingled roof. So that's how I'm doing it now. It's really, really easy, and you can cut your board at whatever size you want. Just ensure that this is 3/4 inch thick plywood. Same thing with this one, and we've just cut it to a square shape. So to finish, we need a floor flange. This is a 1.5 inches, and we need a PVC adapter. This is also 1.5 inches. We're going to screw these in just like that, and then right in the middle, we're going to screw this into the board. We also have a 1.5 inch PVC pipe. We've cut this one to about 6 feet. This one is going to go through the center of the snowman into the hat so that the crisscrossing PVC pipe that's in the hat can be screwed to this for stability. So this is just going to be up like that, and it's going to provide all the stability it needs from windy or stormy conditions. So let's screw that in there, and once we're done, we can start bringing up our snowman. And this is the inside. The main PVC pipe, we put 2 screws to hold it in place. And then I put a pipe strap here with some white rope that can come along the side just like this. I did a hole here, tied it up here. That way this stabilizes it even more. Oliver lives in the town of Pumpkin Patch. You see, the town had a flame that brings joy and happiness as long as it burns. But one day, winter came early and the enchanted flame that protects their town was snuffed out. But young Oliver's determined to save the town and find the lost flame. But can he make it through the spooky forest full of creatures and goblins? And can the bat help Oliver find the flame and bring happiness and warmth back? This is a story about being brave. A story about helping others. A story full of faith and believing in yourself. Kids and adults alike will love this Halloween tale. Oliver and the Lost Flame, my newest book, now available on Amazon.